So last week we wanted to take our buys here. We were bullish, but price actually just pushed up here without dropping at least. So this was the low of the week and all that. It is what it is. Yeah. So we missed out on that one. Now we could have gotten an opportunity to buy here, but I personally was bearish. Yeah. I would prefer seeing price drop here first before I take any buys. So I wouldn't, or rather I didn't consider that as a buying opportunity for me as much as I saw it. Yeah. So that happened. Now let me clear this. And of course, we need to start with the Usdjpy basket. Yeah. Step. Here's the basket. So if you look at the Usdjpy basket, predicting this would have been way better. Reset. This has been my theory all along. This has been my theory all along. Yeah. I wanted to see price get here before I look for any sales. Yeah, that was me. You see this? But it first dropped all the way to this point and then it pushed up and ran these highs. And this one really begs a lot of questions, yeah? Because this one may mean many things. There is a high chance price may drop back to this close, yeah? Because we've already tapped my zone. You see this area here? This is why I was looking for sales. I wanted to see price push up and then I can take the sell. And that is why I would have bought Usdjpy by that sell. Now, instead of that, it dropped. This push from here to here is what you're seeing Usdjpy has pushed all the way, exaggerating this whole move all the way up to here. But then you gotta understand this is the dollar against the yen, yeah? But this is a measure of the Japanese economy itself. But either way, it plays a role, yeah? It plays a significant role. So there is a chance price may drop down here. Now, will it run this high first? That is something I would want to see. So let's look at the weekly chart to see if we can get a nice entry there, or rather nice bias. So now last week is done. So, like I said, I'm interested in seeing price drop here. That's my draw. Now, how far up would I expect price to go? How far up before I look for any sales? Again, I did something like this last week. I'm still gonna do it right there. And I have this zone here. So that low right there, I will consider selling. I'm expecting price to continue lower. I don't, this week's, as much as now with retail they say price is really bearish or bullish or whatever, nah, I don't care. I want to see price tap in here and I'll definitely look for a sell there. Now if I go to the daily, this one will give me a more clearer idea. And of course we may try to fill this here. So we have this area here and I'll be looking for a sell here. I will be looking for a sell there. That means I would want to see Monday open, tap in here and reject at least leaving a wick above. On the 4 hours, I want to see some engulfing on this area, this line here, this zone. So I want to see some engulfing, bearish engulfing, yeah. Then I'll take the sell, something like that. So you have this here. Let me remove this and just have it. You want to see price tap in there, completely engulf, then retest, then I'm taking that sell. If that doesn't happen, I will never consider such a thing. Now, why would I consider sales? As much as I'm seeing this, I also have these lows. Yeah, they are a lot. And some after this crazy push up, majority of people would be trying to buy. And that's why I personally can't even look at buying there. So I would consider a short position there, stop loss at least on these highs. And this will be my first TP. And then I can trade to these areas, because obviously when it drops below here, mostly you will see some sort of retest and then a continuity and the weekends around that area, which can give you ideally two setups. Another short position here. And you simply look for the same bearish engulfing idea, then you can trade that. So that is what I have for the week. That means if price does not give me this kind of setup, I'm not taking the trade. I'm not doing that. So share this. My premium channel is actually very open at 25 USD per month. For those who want to come brand, it's 25 USD per month. You can, it's really easy. There's a guy, Bruce is in the premium channel. You can, I'll give him a chance to ask. So that is what I have for yen. Now that means what? I'm bullish on USDJPY, but this time I have a specific zone that I'm working with. Now, clearly we've been on an uptrend, clearly, yeah? And we are working on this trend line as of now. Those who don't believe in trend lines, trust me, these things work. These things work. But these are the instances where this is not trend line liquidity. Yeah? Some people sold here, now they are out, and then price just tanks. This is why I'm telling you, I don't like chasing that. Also, there are some who bought with the trend line break right here, and they expected price to go up. So you need to know exactly when to use these things or not. So as of now, I want to work with this swing here. Since now we know we are bullish, yeah? Okay, let me start with the weekly. In case of anything. We've had a bullish engulfing on the weekly time frame. Then I have this area here. Right there. I also have this high. Price may want to retest this high before continuing higher. So daily chart, that will be this one, which is also your bullish order block. Then you have this whole swing from this point to this high right there. That means this area is your buying zone here. When price drops inside there, you're taking those buys and expect price to continue higher. That means Monday you want to see it drop around here, and then we can look for buys there. Probably this should be the high, or rather the low of that week here. Long position with the low of this candle right there being your stop loss. Never change this here. The way it is, exactly that way. Don't change it here. Don't change that. Stop loss right there. One setup. You know how many pips are this? If you get this is 1:3.5, yeah? That means if you risk 75, let's go to the 4 hours. You're simply working with this low, yeah? Working with this low is just stop loss, yeah? And this whole swing is what you're working with. Now there is that thing of assuming price pushes up from here, it does go up. There is a chance it could still sell back here before continuing higher. So that is also a possibility, right? What we would want to make sure is that if we are taking any buys, we are going to do that here. I won't chase here personally. I can't chase. If it pushes up and leaves me, I'm not interested in those buys. I want to wait for it here. And frankly, I will try to sell here. That's me. I will try to sell this thing here one more time and see if it can drop down here, because this is the best area to take your buys. I'm assuming you buy here. Where will your stop loss be? Because it has to be here. Otherwise, if you trail it around here, there is still a chance price can drop here. And mostly, say Monday opens, okay, you see this week on the weekly time frame. Yeah. On a bearish structure, this in itself could act as a fair value gap and the center of it. You see the mid or the consequent encroachment of that. Price can get there and then drop. So if Monday opens and just pushes up here, I'll try to sell it. Yeah, I will look for a sell. If Monday, and I'm talking of this bearish engulfing retest, yeah, and then drop here and then push up. But if we are taking any buys, we are going to it here. So it's either Monday opens and drops here, I will look for the buy there. If it opens and just pushes up, I will look for a sell right here on that area. And then I will still expect price to drop here and retest this block before continuing higher. And there is still a chance that is possible because there are some people who are working with this high break and retest here. So they are assuming that some people will buy there, which is obvious. Yeah. Obvious. So let's see what Monday provides. But this is what I would have for me. You take the buys here. If price does push up here, you look for sales, or we just stay away and watch. If it wants to go up, well, it leaves us. If it drops, you watch, we wait for it here. Patient, yeah, patient. But this one is worth it. This one is worth the take. Share these. Any question about what we just said?
I wanted to ask about, as in, do you follow the market sentiments before, like moving on the news, then technical, or you also look at the sentiment analysis?
I thought we started with the news, right?
Yes, then technical. What?
Yeah, and of
you
course
don't follow
technical.
the sentimental.
Do you know what is sentiment analysis? Just asking.
Okay.
What, no, you've not answered me. What is sentiment
analysis?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to my Forex book,
yeah,
and you check for market sentiments or like sentiments, you will see that a certain amount of people are buying a pair and others are selling a pair. So like by smart money, most of the people like who are taking a bigger part for the banks or the market makers, for them, they will take the short position. So whenever you see that the big amount of people are buying that pair, you don't buy, you just sell it. And that thing has worked a lot.
So you do look at the sentiments on the economic calendars and whatever.
Actually every pair. Yeah.
Okay, so for the ones who don't know what is sentiment analysis, yeah, we are simply trying to gauge, are people buying or are people selling? Yeah, that's what you want to know. Because if everyone is selling, you wouldn't want to be buying, and if everyone is buying, you wouldn't want to be selling. There's something called we call contrarian traders, who look at the sentiment so that they can go against that sentiment. In Kikuyu, we say mohuhu, mohuhu, or rumors, rather. And most ICT traders, we are against that. If everyone else is buying, if I go to the sentiment and see that everyone is buying, I'm looking for sales. And if I say everyone is selling, I'm looking for sales. But it's very specific on what I do. Yeah, we don't just do that blindly. There is a specific way of doing it. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm trying to say here. You see this setup right here. Again, I told you I would have taken this, but these laws were something I'm not comfortable with. Yeah. Now you have this swing from here to there. You see where the buy came from? Right there. So you take the same thing and swing it here.
Yes.
You would expect the same reaction. That's why I'm saying we are going to look for buys there. And apart from that, we also have Usdjpy basket. We say that we are looking for sales here. We are basically in a range, yeah. In a you can see we are having that range. So since price has run these highs right here, I would want to see some push up a bit, and then price continues and maybe dropping before we push higher. Of course, we have this downtrend. That's why. So that is Usdjpy and the Usdjpy baskets analysis. Anyone with a question about what we just said? Sentiment, I don't worry about it. Like I've said, I've explained how I use it personally. And for those who didn't know about sentiment, now you know. That is sentiment. Let's look at DXY and the Euro. And BTC. Bro, look at this shit. My God. I feel like this thing will get to 100. Until it gets to 100K around here, this is the time we will get some significant retracement. Otherwise, if you can get a nice trade around this point tomorrow, it's going to 100K. The next push up will be massive. You can easily measure that from here to here. Just put the same thing. See that? This is a 95. At least it will get to 95, but arguably 100K. That's my zone, yeah? From there, maybe we could get a retracement. But BTC is gonna push up, bro. So this thing, even if you can buy now, I don't think there's a problem with that. Yeah, and Trump has not gotten in. He has not even been. What do we call this? Power has not yet transitioned to him. It's just being the president elect. What if now he becomes the? It's going to be crazy, man. Very nice, very nice. That's why. Hi. Last week I had, I think, the same thing. I wanted to see price try to fill this before it continues higher, but it is what it is. So we had two buying zones, either this point or this point. Now price has really pushed up, and we only use this to study euro. Okay. Let me remove these drawings and then we can start with the weekly chart. Damn, bro. Damn. You know, last time when we were around here and this thing really failed to run these highs, I was so frustrated. Only for it to drop all the way down. Every time I'm still sticking with my bullish bias. That's why I even stopped trading euro, because I'm specific and I've been saying price will try to get here. And this time it may even run higher. Yeah. But this is the zone. This is the zone. So we have this zone here. This is a vacuum block. Yeah. We also have this candle here. And I want to be specific on that small zone. And we have this low, or rather this high, the high of the previous week but one, yeah, right there. So we either have immediate rebalancing or it just retests this high and continues higher. And our first draw will be this high, that high, and then this high. Then it taps inside there. Now next week will be the third week of the month, which will probably mean what? Next week, yeah, it will be the third week of the month. So probably the high of the month will be made next week, yeah? Probably the high of the month will be made next week. So we may get, price can easily just open and spike inside here, or it can open and drop here before continuing higher, yeah? The chart is what really tells you what it may be doing. So you want to look for price. The best thing I think is to wait for something like this. Using this candle here, it has the most range. I expect price to continue higher and at least run this higher. This is the high we've talked about. And remember, these are whole imbalance. Yeah, we want to see it filled. No, price won't like fill it just totally. It will maybe spike in there first, and then next week you range here. The week ends. Yeah, I mean the month ends like that because we are halfway right now. We're halfway. Next week is the third week of the month, so the high of the month should be made around that area. Similarly with Usdjpy, by the way. For those who are not, even this guy, when it gets here, this may be the high of the month before we get next month, or rather price just ranges around here. Next month, we don't know what it will give us, but that will be the theory we have. So Euro, okay, let me share this in the group. This is DXY 4 hours chart. Let me start with the daily. Exactly. So if we can get an engulfing of this bearish candle here, we can use it as a bullish order block, yeah, or rather propulsion lock. But it has to be engulfed first. Okay. Yeah, clean, very clean. Yeah. Yeah, Brands, are you here? Brands. So me, I'm a swing trader. Okay. I don't just do that because, and that's why I stopped like charging a lot for it, because I don't want that. I want to feel free when I'm doing it. I realize if I sell signals, technically it forces me to look for signals every day, and I don't want that. So we target 200 pips a week. If we can get that with one setup, we are good. That means it's at least 50 pips per setup, yeah, or rather per day. Is it per day? Which is even a lot. According to ICT, our mentor, we should just make 35 pips a week. If you get 200, that is way above what he recommends using the trading styles he has taught around. I mean, he has given us out here. So that is how we roll. 200 pips a week. That's our target. Do your maths now. If that's something you'd want, you're around. Now that is DXY. EUrusd. Now Euro is a very tricky pair. Again, we were bearish. This guy, all he had to do is come here. Just here. Yo, man, we missed out. And this happens a lot. So it did react from this gap right there. It's just that I personally didn't look at this chart a lot because this was, of course, another setup that was clearer than even Usdjpy. Break, retest, take that sell. And that is this exact thing what I'm trying to tell you. This is what we are going to look for on that pair, right there. And the good thing about this, you can have your stop loss on the high of that candle right there. But mostly, to be safe, you want to put it there. When price starts dropping, you cannot trade to be given and expect price to continue lower. Otherwise, this was a nice setup for you. Now, what do we have for this week? We've said that we want to see price continue lower, right? Weekly chart. What the heck? For the ones who saw or rather came across me way earlier, every time price started dropping or this kind of drops, you are looking to see price drop here. That is what we were looking for. And we had this clean market structure shift. I mean, this was crazy. No one was really expecting this at this age. We wanted to see price drop lower. So price has actually run this low, this time closing below, yeah? It has closed below. Yeah. So we have the most possible thing is retesting that and continuing lower. Very nice to take that trade on Tuesday. And you can see that we have a clean rejecting candle, rejection candle, whatever. It's rejecting from this point here. Now this doesn't necessarily translate to sales immediately, yeah, but at least there's a clue that price may actually drop. Now, what do you look for in this kind of scenario? I have a swing here. See this swing, yeah? Clean swing. I want to work with this. Now, price had reacted from that, and this is break, retest. Retailers are already in, and that is the first trap. I would argue that price will try to run up again and then drop. So the same scenario I've given you on Usdjpy. Mostly it has to, people have to be tricked and then tripped out. Something like this and then continuity. How far are you targeting this thing to go? Similar, and look at the similarity there, or rather the correlation with that. We have this zone here, so it can actually drop here, and that's why on the weekly chart I told you we have two zones. It may easily drop here and then continue higher. Your work is to look for the buy itself. That's what you want to look for. The most and simply one is waiting for a retest here. This whole thing can come from this point. Yeah, so you want to watch out on that. Euro. This is my best case scenario. Yeah? Short position. Take that shot right there. Target at least 100 pips and call it a week. If you can get 100 pips on Euro, bro, you're doing good. Now, if this can be taken on Tuesday, it would be way nice. Tuesday London session. Yeah. You can see if it gets here, that would be so nice. Not able to know. We would expect continuity of that drop, yeah? Weak dollar, weak, or rather strong dollar, strong dollar, strong dollar. For those who don't know, the European economy is messy. Yeah. Yeah. Really messy right now. So messed up. So I would expect that thing to lose more value. Technically, I think it's viable too. And of course, you can see the setups, if they fail, you don't take more setups. So when you have a plan, you follow that plan, right? You follow that plan. That's what we do. You can see like what we did last week. We missed out, and we can't chase because and there was no other setups that presented opportunities for us, none. So that is EUrusd and Usdjpy and JPY index and BTC too.